Okay, now we're going to a really interesting project. And it's by Robin. And I think, I'm not sure, I'm going to try to pronounce it in the original language, which is Onnelikkesurnudeaed, I believe. And I think it means, let me see again, like he actually, I think, gave us like a translation. It is, there we go. So it is, let me check. I think there is a translation, a story of lost souls, that's it. Unbelievable, unbelievable, unbelievable. I have to say this is one of my, wow. Okay, so watch this. So in a quiet, isolated hotel, okay, strangers arrive carrying the weight of lives that have lost direction. Each guest is suspended between past mistakes and uncertain futures, gathering not to escape the world, but to understand why they no longer belong to it. And through this intimate confession, intersecting stories, the film unfolds as a poetic reflective of misfortune, loneliness, and the fragile hopes, rediscovering purpose. Unbelievable. Okay, now let's go through this. So the creative direction embraces a bold filmic aesthetic that moves away from realism and into more theatrical, dreamlike space. A carefully shaped palette, greenish accent in highlights and snappy contrast. Soft smoky shadows, and so on. Let's see. These are the references. So the intent of references is to capture different aspects of filmic rendering to transfer it into look, rather than to be exact match. Really interesting references. I don't know what he picked here, but it just looks amazing, you know? This is really nice. It's all the different references. I love it. I love it. I love it, you know? So he's analyzing a little bit the references first. So he says cyan blue bias is in the shadows, greenish yellow, bleached and soft top end, 35 millimeter grain, deep and saturated reds, and so on. So basically, really, like, he goes through the references first, analyzes elements, and then focuses on the elements rather than the references themselves. Really, really interesting. The note tree, little noise reduction, texture, you know, primary, then he calls something volume, then skin. Unbelievable. Look how simple it works. Look at this. Then he has a little defocus, halation, you know? Nothing too complicated, nothing crazy, you know? Look at that, right? But then he has a whole part dedicated to texture. This is the modern, you know, this is 2026, guys. This is what colorists do today. You know, if you think about it, like, look, you know, he's like, you know, he has like a very, you know, modest note tree for color, and then he moves into texture. And he works the whole texture through. Grain, lens, diffusion, haze, glow, totally in control. I love it. I love it. Then he develops even a custom lens design with vignettes, modulation, transfer function, the curve, lens distortion. Unbelievable, unbelievable. So, and then the look node tree, like this is probably what he used, you know, kind of to build the whole look, and he's really going step by step, you know. So look, there's kind of, you know, saturation curves. I don't know, like he's got lots of effects here. I'm not sure exactly. But basically, he's not just kind of building, you know, the look as a kind of, you know, some show light. He's definitely going and, you know, dialing in every element separately. And there we go. This is the show light. We see that kind of very rich shadow, but beautifully, like there is a pedestal on it, you know, nothing's crashed. Gorgeous. Look at this, the curve. Little pedestal, but look how beautifully shaped they are, you know. No breaking in anything, like looks very, very nice. Okay, so let's go. Wow. Look at that. And I think this is that kind of lens simulation work that we can kind of feel in it, right? It is color, but it's not in color. This look lives in texture. If you were to remove the texture nodes, you'll be looking at just a standard Netflix show, right? Look at this. Look at this. Wow. Look how beautiful glow he gets to these lights. You know? Look at this. Look how they're different. You know, like there's a little halation as well. I mean, unbelievable. Wow. Look at this. Look how he's defocusing, you know? He's putting a lot of defocus. He's like, you know, this is like this kind of, you know, observing, you know, like you're watching. Look at the defocus on these parts of these faces. I mean, unbelievable what he does here. Unbelievable. I love this stuff. I love this style of grading. You know, I love when we go out of the color. You know this. You know that I love it. I mean, I am, my God, look at these kind of defocus elements here as well. The close, unbelievable. And you know, there is something about this Nordic cinema, you know, that I don't know, I'm in love with Swedish, you know, dramas and, you know, so this kind of Norwegian movies and, you know, I don't know, they have something that, you know, alternative, that cinema kind of is missing, you know, the commercial part of the cinema. There is this kind of, you know, I really, really love it. Look at the amount of defocus here, you know, how beautiful this is. And, you know, again, you can see how much, you know, color contributes to this whole film, because again, it doesn't look to me this is an expensive production. I mean, they all shoot like on a single location with, you know, with probably no like a way to mount the lights above on the ceiling. This is the real building, so this is not a set, you know. So the lighting probably couldn't be ideal, but you know, with the way how he's putting the grades and what he's doing here is completely. Oh my God! Look at this. Look at this. This is a style on its own. Like, you know, this basically becomes, you know, a new style, almost like the set itself. This look. Oh my God! Look at the contrast palette here, skin tones. I really want to see this film now. I really want to see it. Oh my God! I can't tell you like how much I love it. And you know, like Rose's film as well is in Italian. I kind of missed to hear Italian in films. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Guys, I think, you know, can we please like give Robin more round of applause for this absolutely amazing work. Wow. Wow. Oh my God, you know? Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't want a comparison. You know, he does these comparisons. I mean, but look at it. I mean, just look at 709. I mean, look at it. I mean, it's just like, oh. I can't look at it. I don't want to show it to you. You'll be so disappointed when you see how this film really looked like. One more. Oh. Look at this. Looks like a documentary. Like, you know, what is this? Amazing work, man. Amazing. Amazing, 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 amazing. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. So yeah, really, really well-earned place in the finals. So please, guys, go and give him your best vote. He deserves it. Robin did a great job.